The gay marriage battle is heating up in Virginia. A federal judge in Norfolk heard arguments on whether the state's voter-approved ban on same-sex marriage is constitutional. Mark Martin brings us this report from the courthouse.
Dozens of protesters stood outside the federal courthouse in Norfolk, Virginia, holding signs in support of marriage between one man and one woman, and in protest of the decision by newly elected Democratic Attorney General Mark Herring to not defend the state's ban on gay marriage. In 2006, 57% of Virginia voters approved an amendment to the state constitution that bans same-sex marriage. However, in court, attorneys for the plaintiffs argued that sometimes voters and lawmakers get it wrong, and that's why a judge is in place to remedy that. An argument these gay rights advocates support.
I would applaud Attorney General Herring's decision to stand firm.
Attorney General Herring has decided not only to not defend the voter-approved ban, but also to join the side of the plaintiffs, gay couples who sued to overturn the law, saying it's not constitutional.
I believe the freedom to marry is a fundamental right, and I intend to ensure that Virginia is on the right side of history and on the right side of the law.
Yeah, it's sad that we have an attorney general who has told Christians and other believers in traditional marriage that we're on the wrong side of history, that somehow we're hateful of others, that we want to destroy the rights of others. No, we love God, we love people, but we believe that there is right and wrong.
And some argue that Herring doesn't have the right as the state attorney general to decide which laws he will or won't support.
You look at the highest law enforcement officer in this state and what he has done and the way that he is, his dereliction of duty, and I think it's unacceptable.
If he took an oath on a constitution that he did not believe in and certain parts that he wanted to change, then he should have sought a different line of work.
Virginia State Delegate Todd Gilbert agrees. He says Herring is violating his sworn duty and the will of the people. Gilbert is the co-author of a measure that passed the Virginia House Monday. It allows state lawmakers to defend a state law in court if the governor and attorney general refuse to do so.
But the attorney general does not have the authority to unilaterally make that decision for the people. And he unequivocally should not be using taxpayer resources to fight to overturn a constitutional provision that the voters adopted by an overwhelming majority. Mark Herring's decision sets a dangerous precedent for the rule of law.
The Republican Attorney General of Colorado, John Suthers, wrote in the Washington Post that his colleagues should not be able to simply decide what laws they will or won't support. He says that undermines the American system of checks and balances. He wrote, "I personally oppose a number of Colorado's laws as a matter of public policy, and a few are contrary to my religious beliefs. But as my state's attorney general, I have defended them all and will continue to." In Virginia, the religious group Alliance Defending Freedom is now helping to defend traditional marriage.
We're hopeful that there's no lawlessness and that the laws enacted by Virginians since the 1600s of marriage being one man and one woman will be upheld, and the law will prevail and the voice of Virginians will prevail.
The judge says she will issue a ruling soon. Mark Martin, CBN News, Norfolk, Virginia.